important questions from the lesson haloalkanes and haloarenes. Read first question. Methyl bromide is converted into ethane by heating it in ether medium. When methyl bromide is converted into ethane. See here I take methyl bromide. CH3Br. Methyl bromide is converted into ethane. CH3 ethane by heating it with sodium metal in presence of dry ether gives ethane. So the option C is correct. This is Roots reaction. I move to second question. Which of the following compound is expected to be optically active? Any organic compound shows optically active if it contains chiral or chiral carbon atom, that is asymmetric carbon atom. We have to check whether these organic compounds contain asymmetric carbon atom. Yes or no? Asymmetric carbon atom is one which is surrounded by 4 different atoms or groups. Carbon atom has 4 valency. That 4 valency is satisfied by 4 different groups. First, I write the complete structural formula of first organic compound CH3. Here, this is thrice CHO. Here, this organic compound does not contain any. Here, this organic compound does not contain any asymmetric carbon atom. Next, so it is optically inactive. I move to next. Here also this carbon atom is surrounded by 3 hydrogens, same group. So this carbon is surrounded by 2 hydrogens, same group. This carbon is surrounded by 2 hydrogens, same group. Here also this carbon is bonded with doubly bonded carbon atom, same group. So this is optically inactive. I take third compound here. See here, CH3, then CH2, then CH, then CH3, CH2, then CH, CH3, CH2, CHBr, CHO. See, look at this organic compound. See this organic compound. This carbon atom contains same group hydrogen. Here also 2 hydrogen, but this carbon atom is surrounded by 4 different groups. This carbon atom is bonded to 1 hydrogen, 1 carbon, 1 bromine, and another is CHO group. So it is an asymmetric carbon atom. So if organic compound contain asymmetric carbon atom, so it is optically active. Option C is correct. Next, I move to question number 3. An organic compound which produces bluish colored flame on heating in presence of copper. Actually, this is the test in practical chemistry we are using to detect the organic compound containing halocene. If you take organic compound containing halocene, it will be taken in copper wire, and that copper wire is held to the Bunsen burner flame. It impart a bluish green color. So actually we call this test as Bilstein test. This test is used to identify the organic compound containing halocene. See, the organic compound halocene is only one chlorobenzene. Option A is correct. Next, I move to question number 4. How many chiral carbon atoms are present in 2, 3, 4 trichloropentane? First, you have to write the structure of trichloropentane. Pentane means how many carbon atom? Pent means 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At position 1, 2, 3, 4, we have chloro group. So, here carbon valency is satisfied by 3 hydrogen. You have 2 hydrogen. Here you have only 1 hydrogen. Here you have only 1, 2, 3, 1 hydrogen. Here, how many chiral carbon atom? It is here. This is surrounded by 3 hydrogen atom. So same group. So this carbon atom is surrounded by 1 Cl, 1 CH3, 1 CH and 1 H. So it is chiral. Then I come to this. This is surrounded by 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here this is surrounded by same thing. See, CHCl, CHCl, same two groups. It is not chiral. But look here, this is surrounded by 1 CH3, 1 Cl, 1 H and 1 CHCl. So it is asymmetric carbon atom. It contains how many asymmetric carbon atom? 2. So option C is correct. Next, I move to question number 5. Decomposition of benzene diazonium chloride by using cuprous chloride in presence of HCl to form chlorobenzene. Here, this is Sandmeyer's reaction. What is Sandmeyer's reaction? Here, when BDC, benzene diazonium chloride, I call this as BDC, C6H5N2Cl, and treating with cuprous chloride in presence of HCl, it gives chlorobenzene and N2 gas is expelled out. This reaction is called Sandmeyer's reaction. Next, I move to question number 6. How many optically active stereoisomers are possible in butane-2,3 diol? We have to write the structure of butane-2,3 diol. Here I write the structural formula of butane-2,3 diol. Butane means 4 carbon atom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Butane at position 2 and 3 you have OH group. Then now I satisfied the valency. What is the valency of carbon? CH3, CH3, CH3. Here you have H, here you have H, here you have CH3, CH3. So first you have to identify the number of asymmetric carbon atom or chiral center. See here, how many chiral asymmetric carbon atom here? As here, this carbon atom is surrounded by 3 hydrogen atom. So it is not chiral, not asymmetric. Here it is surrounded by 1 CH3 group, 1 OH, 1 H. So it is 4 groups are different here. So it is asymmetric. So next, here it is surrounded by CH3, then H, this OH and CH2. This is also asymmetric. How many asymmetric carbon atom? It has 2. But we know that optical isomers are here optical isomers. How many optical isomers you have? 2 to the power of n. N here 2. 2 to the power of 2. You have 4 optical isomers. But the number of active isomers here is, so out of 4 optical isomers, here it contains one meso compound. What is meant by meso compound? Meso compound is one which is optically inactive due to the presence of symmetry. Here it has symmetry. It has one meso compound. So you have the number of active optically isomers is here 4 minus, how many meso compound you have? 1. 4 minus 1, 3. 4 minus 1, 3. So the option A is correct. 4 minus 1, 3. How many optically active? Actually, it has 4 optical isomers, out of which one is meso. Meso is optically inactive. So optically active isomers is 3. Next, I move to question number 7. N-propyl bromide on treating with alcoholic KOH produces. First I write N-propyl bromide. N-propyl bromide on treating with alcoholic KOH. Alcoholic KOH is a dehydrohallucinating agent. It removes both hallucin as well as water. So first I remove K and Br. Br is removed from this carbon atom and H is removed from second carbon atom. See here, I am doing dehydrohallucination. So you can get CH3 here, CH. I remove one hydrogen atom from here. You get like this, CH2. What is the name of this compound? Here I remove KBr plus water. This is also elimination reaction. I call this as beta elimination also. Here alcoholic KOH is a dehydrohallucinating agent. I the compound propene. So option D is correct. Next, I go to question number 8. An organic compound on heating with cuprous oxide produces carbon dioxide but no water. The organic compound is. Already we know that any organic compound when heated with cuprous oxide, if it contains carbon, carbon is oxidized to carbon dioxide. If hydrogen is there, it will be converted into water. But in this case, I am getting only carbon dioxide. I mean this organic compound contains only carbon. There is no hydrogen. Because I am not getting water, there is no hydrogen. So we check the option. That is chloroform. Chloroform. The formula of chloroform is CHCl3. It has one hydrogen. So I get both carbon dioxide and water. So here in methane also I am getting carbon dioxide and water. In ethyl iodide C2H5I, it also contains hydrogen as well as carbon. So I get carbon dioxide and water. But in carbon tetrachloride, formula is CCl4. This compound on heating with cuprous oxide, I am getting only carbon dioxide because there is no hydrogen here. So option D is correct. Next I move to question number 9. A dibromo derivative of an alkane reacts with sodium metal to form polycyclic hydrocarbon. The derivative is. See here, what is meant by polycyclic compound? Aliphatic compound, it has cyclic ring, is called alicyclic. To get alicyclic, see here, first we observe the options. 1, 1 dibromopropyl, it is not possible to get cyclic ring here in this case. In 2, 2 dibromobutane, it is not possible because in both the cases hallucine is present on same carbon atom, so it is not possible to get a cyclic ring structure. Then in case of 1, 2, I am not getting. If you take 1, 4 dibromobutane, see here, if I take 1, 4 dibromobutane, see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at position 1 you have bromine and at position 4 also you have bromine. Then I satisfied the valency here, CH2, here also CH2. So here you have CH2. Here you have CH2. So this are treating with sodium metal. See here, dibromo derivative alkane reacts with sodium metal to form an polycyclic hydrocarbon at position 1 and 4. See here, at position 1 and 4, I am getting a cyclic ring structure like this. So, see here. So, the option 1, 4 dibromobutane is correct only. Next, I move to question number 10. Reaction of methyl bromide. Reaction of methyl bromide with aqueous sodium hydroxide involves dash type of mechanism. As here, reaction of methyl bromide. This is methyl bromide and reacts with aqueous sodium hydroxide. Here methyl bromide here is primary alkyl halide. See, primary butyl bromide. This is primary. Primary can undergo reaction with aqueous sodium hydroxide. For primary, it follows hydrolysis by SN2 mechanism. Option D is correct. Next, I go to question number 11. Maximum number of possible optical isomers in 1 bromo 2-methyl cyclobutane. Here, the maximum number of possible optical isomers in 1 bromo 2-methyl cyclobutane. So, in this case, first you have to write the structure of 1 bromo 2-methyl cyclobutane. So first I write the structure. You have to check the number of asymmetric carbon atoms. Here this carbon atom is surrounded by same 2. It is not asymmetric. This is also not asymmetric. Now this carbon is surrounded by one CH2, one CH3, then one H and one CH. This is asymmetric carbon atom. Then this is surrounded by one CH2 group. Then another is one CH and another is H and Br. So this is also asymmetric. So it contains how many asymmetric carbon atom? 2. Here n is equal to 2. If n is equal to 2, the number of optical isomers is 2 to the power of n, that is 4. So the maximum number of possible optical isomers in this case is 4. It does not contain any meso compound. So option A is correct. Next I go to question number 12. Which one of the following is not true for hydrolysis of tertiary butyl bromide with aqueous NaOH? Tertiary butyl bromide undergo hydrolysis by SN1 mechanism. SN1 means it follows first order kinetics. SN1 means it follows first order kinetics. First order kinetics means the rate or velocity depends only on alkyl halide. The rate or velocity depends only on alkyl halide. It depends only on alkyl halide, but it does not depends on nucleophile. So rate doubles when concentration of alkali is doubled. No, SN here this SN1 reaction depends only on concentration of Rx. It does not depends on OH minus. So option C is not true. Next, I move to question number 13. Following is the substitution reaction. So to obtain propananitrile RCl should be the given one reaction here. Here alkyl halide and reacts with potassium cyanide. You are getting an alkyl cyanide. So here they give that you are getting propananitrile. So I write RCN here is propane. Propane means 1, 2, 3 carbon atom. See here this is propananitrile CH3 CH2CN. To get this compound KCl, so you have to take how many carbon atoms you have? 3 carbon atoms, but one belongs to KCl. So number of carbon atoms now remaining is CH3, CH2, then Cl. So how many carbon atoms you have? 2 carbon atom. So option is chloroethane. Which of the following is not true for SN1 reaction? SN1 means nucleophilic substitution first order reaction. SN1 mechanism is first order reaction. So here it takes place in two steps through carbocation intermediate, and SN1 reaction generally carried out in polar protic solvent. Here it favored by polar protic solvent. SN1 reaction favors by polar protic solvent. Okay. For SN1 reaction, the order of reactivity is tertiary is greater than secondary is greater than primary. Okay, this is also correct. Next, for SN1, the order of the reaction is 1. So, rate does not depends on nucleophile concentration. Correct. For SN1 reaction, the rate or velocity depends only on alkyl halide. This is also correct. Then, primary alkyl halide reacts through SN1. No. Tertiary alkyl halides reacts through SN1 mechanism. So which of the following is not true? Option D is not correct. Option D is not correct here. So which of the following is not true? Option D is not true here. I move to question number 15. The number of optical isomers of. So here to calculate the number of optical isomers, so first you have to write the structural formula. See here, first I write the structural formula. CH3 CHBr CHBr COOH. See here, the number of optical isomers means you have to calculate asymmetric carbon atom. It contains symmetry. So here this carbon is surrounded by one CH3, one Br, one H and one C. So this is asymmetric. Here also it contains one hydrogen. So one CH-CBr group, then one Br. This is also asymmetric carbon atom. So it contains how many asymmetric carbon atom? 2. 2 to the power of 2. Answer is 4. The number of optical isomers in this case is 4. So compound do not show optically active because already I explained that meso compound is optically inactive due to the presence of plane of symmetry. See here, meso compound contain asymmetric carbon atom, but it contain plane of symmetry, so it is optically inactive. Option is C. 16 option is C. Next, I move to question number 70. An incorrect statement with respect to SN1 and SN2 mechanism is here strong nucleophile in aprotic solvent favors SN2 correct. SN2 reaction is favored by strong alkali and aprotic. This is correct. So, rearrangement occur in SN2. In SN2 reaction, rearrangement is not possible because SN2 reaction, it occur by SN2 mechanism. Rearrangement is not possible, but it is possible only in SN1. Next, SN1 reaction can be catalyzed by Lewis acid. This is also correct. So, weak nucleophile, that is protic solvent favors SN1 reaction. This is also correct. Here, the wrong, incorrect statement is rearrangement occur in SN2. Next, I move to question number 18. Order of boiling points among. Already we know that boiling point increases if molecular mass increases. So, bromomethane, bromoform, chloromethane and dibromomethane. Here all have the number of carbon atom here is math means only one carbon atom, one carbon atom. So, we have to go for halosine. So, which halosine is bigger in size? So, we already know that. See here, or iodide. Size of iodide is greater than size of here, size of bromide. It is also greater than and chloride. It is in turn greater than fluoride. So here bromomethane. If I arrange all these according to this rule, here the compound second bromoform is less in more molecular mass. Then after bromoform you have chloromethane. After that I have bromomethane. After that I have dibromomethane. Dibromomethane has higher molecular mass. So, increasing order of boiling point is, it is like this. So, first here, so first option 2 is lesser molecular mass, then option third, then option first, then which is greater boiling points? Option 4 is the higher increasing order of boiling point. It follows this order. Next, I go to question number 19. Hydrolysis of optically active 2-bromobutanes. Here 2-bromobutane on hydrolysis you can give butana 2 whole. I am getting butana 2 whole. But here I get plus or minus butana 2 whole. See here. So hydrolysis of optically active 2-bromobutane. 2-bromobutane. First I write 2-bromobutane here. CH3 at position 2 you have bromine. Then 1, 2, 3. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Here this is 1, 2, 3, 1. CH2, this is H. So this 2-bromobutane, first it undergo slow ionization. You are getting a carbocation like this. I am getting a carbocation here. I am getting a carbocation CH2 CH3. I am getting one carbocation here. Carbocation is here. This carbocation is attacked by nucleophile from both the side, from this side or it can be attacked from this side also, from both the side. So I get plus butana 1 mole as well as minus butana 1 mole. So I get plus or minus butana 2 mole. Understand this? See here, hydrolysis of optically active 2-bromobutane gives plus or minus both levorotatory and dextrorotatory butana 2 whole. Okay. Next, I move to question number 20. Activity order of halides for dehydroallogenation is already I explained. See here, iodide is greater than bromide is greater than Cl is greater than fluoride, because we know that as size increases, here the size of iodide, see here, if you compare the size of fluorine is less compared to chlorine, is less compared to bromine, is less compared to iodide. As size increases, nuclear force of attraction decreases. So reactivity order of halides is because due to increasing in size. Here option here B is correct. Here reactivity order of halides for dehydroallogenation is Ri is greater than, this is correct option. Next, I move to question number 21. Is true for alkyl halides. So, which is true for alkyl halides? See, alkyl halides are like this. Alkyl halides, yes, it is positive and this is negative. Alkyl halides are polar in nature. This is correct. Alkyl halides form hydrogen bond? No, they do not form hydrogen bond. They are highly soluble in water? No, they are weakly soluble in water. They undergo addition reaction? There is no chance. There is no double bond here. To undergo addition reaction, they must contain double bond. There is no double bond. There is no chance of addition reaction. So, only option A is correct. Next, I go to question number 22. Which is organometallic compound? What is organometallic compound? Organic compound contain metal. For example, RMgX, Grignard reagent is organometallic compound. Here we can check here. The option number 1 A is CH3COO, sodium acetate. It is not an organometallic compound. It is purely organic compound. Then CH3CH2MgBrS. It is a organometallic compound. So option C, it is not. So CH3ON, it is not. So only option B is organometallic compound. Next, I move to question number 23. Cyclohexyl bromide reacts as follows. Cyclohexyl bromide reacts with magnesium metal in dry ether. It gives A. Here A is cyclohexyl magnesium bromide. See here, cyclohexyl bromide reacts with magnesium in dry ether, gives here A is cyclohexyl magnesium bromide. C6H11 MgBr. This on acid hydrolysis H3O plus gives cyclohexane C6H12 C6H12 plus Mg B, R. So option D.